And turning to business news now with Nona Peltier. Hi Nona. The specialist insurer CBL says it's going to make some big losses following a review of its European business. So what's happened there?
Well, they had this, there was a business in Gibraltar which was writing French construction policies through CBL, and they ran out of money about July last year and stopped writing policies. And when that happened, CBL had to undertake a review. And that review showed that they were undercapitalized in terms of potential claims against those businesses. To the tune of $100 million. Wow. So $10 million for the last financial year ending in 2017 and $90 million for the years before. So a lot of money. On top of that, they also found an accounting discrepancy worth $44 million as a one-time cost. So that's taken a big chunk out of their bottom line for 2017. So their year ends December 31st. They're expecting losses in the order of $75 to $85 million, and that compares with 2016's profit of $31 million. It's a big, big drop. And so it's quite disappointing for the company. They're looking at now maybe having to raise additional capital to keep their company in a good position and also return to profitability. Yeah.
And Nona, the media companies, NZME and Stuff, they're looking to appeal the Commerce Commission its move to block their merger. What's your argument there?
So over, I guess it was they've been after a merger for maybe, it seems like a couple of years now, right? It's been a while. So the Commerce Commission declined their merger application initially. They thought that it would reduce the diversity of voices in the media. And so that was the reason why NZME, being a very large publisher, as well as Fairfax, which is now known as Stuff, of course. So they went to the High Court and hoped to have that overturned. The High Court found that even though there were some benefits which the Commerce Commission did not quantify in its decision to stop the merger, they still sided with the Commerce Commission. So NZME and Stuff have looked at that decision, and they've decided that there are benefits which the Commerce Commission didn't acknowledge or didn't consider, so they're going to appeal on the grounds that there are some benefits to consumers and the public at large, and that the concern about the lack of diversity of media voices was overstated by the Commission. And so, they're going to go back to court. They're going to aim. And so, it's important, I guess, for them to continue this effort. Certainly, they feel that they need to merge very strongly. And we'll see what happens with that. Yeah.
And what's happened on the markets following that big Wall Street fall, which was the biggest in 10 years, is that right?
Yeah, big drop, 2.5%. But you'd expect that, the market's been rising really quite steadily since Donald Trump was elected. Now, coincidentally, it just so happens that on the day that that Donald Trump was elected, the market had in New Zealand its biggest fall for some time, 3.3%. Today, it fell just over 2%. So the largest fall was coincidentally the day that Donald Trump was elected. Now, what's happened is the very strong employment numbers came through on Saturday, and that's given rise to concerns that the U.S. Federal Reserve are going to hike interest rates higher, faster than had been previously forecast. And the reason why this is important to the market is long-term debt. So that's the debt markets, which is typically where retirees would put their money to chase a higher yield so they'd have a fixed income over time. Those interest rates have been extremely low for many years now, and suddenly there's a rise coming. So that's shifting the money out of those markets and into those more fixed income types of investments. And you'd expect to see that. But it's really driven the market down for sure in New Zealand and also in Asia. And of course, the US dollar, there's been a lot of movement there. It's moved up. That's driven down our dollar. So it's been a big day on the markets.
Yeah, and then how did they finish up today?
Well, okay, so our market, again, fell down. It was 173 points at the close, down to 8,242. And the dollar is holding steady at 72.9 US cents, 92 Australian and 51.7 pence.
Thank you very much. That's Nona Peltier there joining us for business.